Going to go as we kick off into game 1 of this best of 3. To the top left side of Dasan Station is going to be the blue Zerg player. It is Bly. And to the bottom right hand side is going to be our red Terran player. It's going to be Polt. As we set up into game 1 of this best of 3, we'll see Polt just going to be going for a pretty fast reactor expand. Going to expand on the high ground, get ready to transition into the low ground, gold base with that in the near future, I imagine. So just playing safely here early. So we're going to be seeing the spawn pool about to finish up, and yeah, just setting up into this. So reactor about to finish. We're going to see that CC building. And we are just going to be seeing this overload as well from Bly. Just having a little bit of a check to see what's going on and what is happening. So a couple of Marines on the way out early. Well, we'll definitely want to hunt down overlords like this one, which are trying to poke on in and make themselves a presence on the map. As you see, Polt just factory on the way as well, so starting to get a little bit of an idea as to what his build might be. I imagine a fast sort of tank-based play on this map would be generally quite popular, because similar to Ulrena, like, a lot of aggression can come in on this map, so having a tank early will help you defend that. But also, as well as that, we see the fact that if you can sort of just get a tank out, you can also attack and be aggressive very easily with that early in the game too, so it can be very useful in 2 different ways. So, pretty good way to open. You see, Bolt's just playing super safe. He isn't really scouting at all. He's just adding a bunker on just in case his opponent's going to go for something a little bit crazy. As we're just going to be seeing the couple of adepts here just sat just down on the low ground. And you see the lair again just on the way up to the top left hand side. Single Marine going to be moving around from Polt, just having a little bit of a check to see, well, just see if these back rocks have been taken down, or if these rocks here have been taken down, to just make sure, I guess, that this back attack path is not going to be utilized by his opponent anytime soon. It's actually kind of smart, as we do indeed see a tank on the way up. We'll see that medevac on the way here shortly as well, as Polt will just lift, put his orbital onto the low ground. And again, still Marines here, which will now come out and start to chase those Zerglings away. Link speed is about to finish from Bly. There's going to be some kind of aggression from Bly, but it is going to come in the form of a lair. So the fast lair here means fast Mutalisks, most likely. No Rotron just yet, so not going to be a Nidus and 4 gases as well. Almost definitely going to be a fast 2 base Muta play, and there's the Spire coming down. So fast 2 base Muta play. See how this is going to go. As you're going to be seeing those couple of Lings just moving around here. So the Lings just seeing what they can get up to, and again the Marines just going to be looking to keep those units pushed back. Single tank then coming across the map. We'll try and see what it can get up to. Maybe unload over here to get some worker kills. Actually going to find a drone moving in towards a third base location to the right hand side, so might try and deny that. Maybe didn't see it though just yet. He'll unload now, and the great thing about this is he actually scouted that Spire, so Polt knows exactly what he's playing against, as we will start to see him just picking up not a worker kill just yet, going for 1 now, gets 2. Good target firing on the higher health drone there, so that the splash kills the lower health one. That was well done, as we're going to see an engineering bay already on the way up. 4 extra racks as well, so Polt can play very aggressively off of these 2 bases. He's making 2 more SCVs, but he might cut workers very early in this game, because he's already saturated on the gold. He has got a little bit of saturation still to go on the main base. See exactly how he wants to play this. We're going to see another tech lab being built by the factory as he goes into Stim. Starport will go into Reactor. And so it looks like we'll just see him go into kind of an aggressive 2-base tank-based army. The 7 meters start to come on up, but turrets are on the way in each mineral line. Polt begin to prepare against this early Spire play based on what he's already scouted. And still with this Marine just patrolling to give him information about the back rocks over here and these rocks over here as well. This creep just being pushed forwards. And that set rocks to the left hand side starting to go down as well. Third hatchery to the right here from Bly. Going to continue to take some damage as the meter's going to come in, but I mean Bly's very well, Polt is very well set up to defend against this. He shouldn't really be taking too much damage overall. I think he lost a Marine there, but that's about it so far. You'll find a little bit of an opening where he can attack this refinery, but Marines are close by, of course, so they can come in and push that back fairly easily as well. Dogs, please. Marines can come down south and find themselves a Marine. Still no base down here. Bly will, of course, pick up on that. And again, we'll see how Bly wants to try and defend against this incoming kind of aggressive, big two-base attack in the near future. As we do see a depot being killed off here, so finally some damage being done by these mutalists, finally getting some actual damage achieved. Medevac is going to lift up a few marines, move towards the natural expansion. Oh no, sorry, I can't fucking focus, hang on. I can't reach the door even. God damn it. Oh, I wasn't good enough. Fuck off, dogs, man. You just have one fucking day where, like, nothing fucking disrupts me when I'm trying to cast. It'd be so nice. Alright, a few things trying to run by, but getting shut down. A medevac drop does get shut down by the mutalisks. Has to be a bit careful with those, though. Doesn't want to lose any. Bly going into a big roach play behind this, so lots of roaches on the way up. It's kind of interesting because Polt's still playing kind of aggressively on two bases here, right? But Bly going into a lot of roaches now as though he wants to hit timing. It's kind of interesting because both players are sort of in a situation where they're either going to be attacking aggressively or defending with a lot of units, so their opponent's attacks aren't going to be as effective. As you see that marine over to the left side finally getting taken down. He did already pick up on the fact that those rocks were killed off here, though, so he should know about that. The tank's starting to move through the center, and well, this entire army's starting to move through the center. Tanks have a lot of locations on this map where they can drop off in very good positions. You can see Polt a little bit unsure as to where he wants to drop off here initially. Mutas will be one of the nuisances about this, though, because now the tank's going to get dropped. The Muta's going to go down very quickly, though. Actually, Polt's just going to spread out in concave. It's an awkward position for Bly to fight through because of the choke point, and that's what makes this map so good for Terran, because the Zerg player just cannot ever really fight against this sort of choke point. You can't fight into this sort of location. Polt going to pick up that tank and pull it back a little bit here. Another bile going to come down. Polt just going to finish off dropping some of the creep here, as he's cleaned up all of it up through the center of the map. And just pulling away from the biles again. I mean, a good first trade from Polt, and that's probably going to transition into him just continuing to push through towards victory here. But let's see, it's even upgrades, and all them tanks in the back still just fighting despite being on low health. They're still around, they're still dealing damage. I'm just going to be seeing Polt continue to work his way through a few more roaches here. I'm just going to be seeing a few more medevacs coming forwards, and Marine's going to get loaded up, and he's actually just going to drop a few units towards the third base, I guess, and just start to pull Bly apart even a little bit further than he has been doing already. And again, just always has those tanks to fall back to, and that's exactly what he's doing, falling back here. We're actually going to see Bly committing forwards now, as Polt will lose one of the tanks. More Marines coming forwards, though. He'll sit down the low ground and concave again to the third base. Again, he has those Marines dropping off, and just going to be coming in and starting to kind of clean up this third base. So, starting to clean that up as we see another Ravager going down. I mean, Bly just kind of running out of stuff here in the main, and Polt is going to take a nice clean game in game number one. Obviously had a strategy forward out, well responded to the two-base muta, didn't take any damage, and his attack, just some good fights, some good trades for him, works out for him. So it's going to be seeing a few more drones going down. I mean, his third base falling as well, and Bly just trying to stay in this as low as possible, but Libra is now out too, just in case the Zerg player wasn't dead enough already. Libra is sieging up, and just going to be seeing that coming into play a little bit here towards the very end, as we do finally see Bly tapping out of the game. Sorry, a little bit distracted, someone asking me something on Skype. Let's do this. To the bottom left-hand side, we're going to be kicking things off for our blue Zerg player. It is going to be Bly. And to the bottom right-hand side, our red Terran player is going to be Polt. So as we set up into this TvZ, we're going to be looking to see what these guys can both get up to in the early stages of the game. Depot finishing up over here. Racks will be added on by Polt as well. I'm just going to be seeing a drone moving on down to the low ground from Bly. Will be setting up a hatchery. So, I mean, this is a map where you're expecting to see the longer games. You're expecting to see a macro-based opening. Maybe you see kind of a 2-rack stim drop from Polt to start applying pressure early. That's something some people like to do on this map because they like to try and slow the Zerg down from setting up into their mega economy here in the macro game on New Gettysburg. Some people like to just go super greedy themselves and only stick on one gas and, you know, stay on one gas and just sort of set up with kind of a fast free CC sort of setup as well. So, a lot of different possibilities. As we're going to be seeing a few extra drones being added on. Bring the dog in. I mean, the dog can come in if it wants. That's the problem. It doesn't stay in here. I don't know what they're all doing. The 3 of them are off somewhere, having a wild time or something. Natural hatchery will be finishing very soon here from Bly. We're going to be seeing this command center will be starting up as well. So command center starts up from Polt, and we do just see the Reaper on the way. This is not a replay shot fast, this is completely live. I didn't even shut the door. The dogs are literally crying. I don't know, I tried to shut the door to make the noise go away a bit, to block the noise out, but I have no idea why they are actually crying. I think they're just being stupid. I don't know. Dogs, yo. Dogs. And I'm just going to be seeing this Reaper coming across the map from Polt. So, Reaper coming across the map from Polt, can have a little bit of a look to see what's going on and what is happening. As we see, Lings will of course start this dance, and ooh, a little bit of a good grenade there. One Ling going down already, and Polt with some good targeting should get at least another Zerglin with how low a lot of them are. He wants to try and get a drone, or at least deny some mining there momentarily. Gets it low, and we'll just see the Queen popping out, and that will of course more or less be the end of this Reaper harassment. Polt will stick around for a few moments longer, backs away now, and will be just falling back. So now we see a lair coming in from Bly, and again it's Ling speed on the way. I wonder if he goes 2 base meter again. I don't know if he goes 2 base meter again, or if he's kind of going to completely change up his plans. As we're going to be seeing this Ling speed about 75% of the way done. Why would you go 2 base meter again? Polt did so good against it last time. Look at this, Polt's playing so safe once more. He's just playing a very safe standard opening, like tank-based opening. Maybe he goes with a mine drop initially here into the tank, but no, just straight away a tank. He's playing super safe, doesn't want to die to any kind of nonsense from Bly. And I guess Bly's just going to go 2 base meter. And he's only on 2 gases though, so maybe he goes for... He could go Nidus, I guess. If he really wanted to, just Ling Queen Nidus. And there's the Roach run. So it's going to be a Nidus network then, unless he just goes super fast Roach speed, which would be a little bit strange. Single Marine just patrolling off to the side. There's the Nidus network. So it's kind of timed out so that the Roaches pop as the Nidus is about to finish. And so the Roaches basically come out of their eggs, go straight into the Nidus and pop out the other side on time. But problem is here that Polt's build is very kind of anti-Nidus play. He's actually going to go. He's actually only going to go for 1 tank, which is actually pretty decent for him here. For Bly, I guess. But still, 1 tank is enough to kind of defend a Nidus, because you can just tank it all day long with this medevac. And you actually see 2 of these Overlords positioned so nearby. I think immediately Polt's actually a little bit afraid of something like this coming in. So he's actually going to leave his tank and medevac at home. The Nidus is getting ready to come in here. He's going to lift up the tank, move a bit further forwards. There's the Overlord, there's the Nidus in the main. Polt should see this almost straight away, as we're going to see those Zerglings. They're going to die to the bunker, and this is such a weird place for the Nidus, because the tank can just hit it from the low ground, so can the Marines. And we're going to see already he's just going to pull, tail off this Overlord. There's the Nidus popping out, and 1, 2 Queens come in. He will begin to transfuse this, but he only has so many transfusers, and now the SCVs will just continue to fight. There's a tank in the back, which will help so much against this as well. If the SCV is starting to go down, Viking will have to move around a little bit also if he wants to be safe with this, but again, the tank is just eventually going to clean up all of this. We're going to see another Nidus drop into the left-hand side, just to try and get some more reinforcements in here. Marine's going to come up the ramp and continue to try and trade. Tank going to move a little bit further forwards. Not sure where the medevac is. Did the medevac go down? Medevac died. So actually the tank is not as mobile as he would like it to be. So maybe, just maybe, this is something which Polt can make work, because we see more Lings streaming through. Widowmine's going to unburrow and reburrow to make sure they don't go off on these SCVs and do tuna splash. 30 SCVs killed. Bly is starting to make some progress with this. Wow. I don't know what went wrong here. Obviously the medevac got targeted down. That's a big loss. Polt does have a 3rd CC, by the way, which is going to be very important in his recovery from this. I mean, I'm not sure, because honestly Bly is Bly sort of I guess just killed the medevac. Tank comes out. I guess just not enough defense here from Polt. Polt's about to have stim though. He's got a couple of Widow Mines. He does still have a 3rd base as well, so he's got triple mule. He will rebuild these SCVs quite quickly, so yes, he's not in the best situations right now, but neither is Bly. Bly's only on 34 workers of his own. He's only just now on, Bly's only just now on kind of a, his own sort of setup here. We're going to see this medevac will kite against these Roaches, and again, no further damage should really be taken by these extra Roaches unless they do make into a mineral line. There's more Marines coming out. They're going to have to try and stay a little bit safe here as they start to make their way down the ramp. And a couple of Roaches here at the end. We're going to see Lings streaming out. A few SCVs in the main base will start to fall. We'll begin to pull those away, but again, Bly just doesn't have enough to keep on pushing through here. Polt will hold on, and it does get scary as you see Polt holding on in this sort of situation. A few more Marines will help to clean up another couple of another couple of Zerglings there. The Widow Mine's going off on a couple more units that came out of the Nidus. A few more Lings going to try and get out here once more. Polt pulls away. Oh, splash damage onto the Marines, but still Polt's rebuilding. 15 workers behind, but he has triple wheel. And we see another Nidus on the way up, and well, I still don't I feel worried for Polt actually. I still believe Polt can actually return in this game quite a lot. So, you're going to see this Nidus, going down. A nice little, that was actually pretty cute, kind of using the Overseer as a way to kind of fight against this. The Ling is pouring out, but the Marine count is getting better and better. Tank's still on the high ground. Now the Medevac can't actually come and save this siege tank so easily because it's on lower health, so he has to pull it back there when he gets the opportunity. Polt still sort of holding on as we see more Roaches pouring out. He's got a couple of Hellions on the way to help with the Zerglings that were being produced previously. Oh, he has to save this tank. He can't let the tank go down. He's not going to let it. It won't fall. But we see a few Roaches going towards the third base now. Of course, that's not ideal. The Southern Nidus is about to finish up, and another couple of... Well, a Queen and a Roach comes out. Not that deadly. 26 more Lingers in production. You see these SCVs pulling back towards the natural. That's fine. I mean, they can mine from the natural quite helpfully as well. Polt is still cleaning up Roaches. Lings streaming out once again. Has to be careful of the Widow Mine. He's going to go off there and kill a few of the Lings to begin with. Marines and Hellions can be very effective against Zerglings, of course. And that's why Polt made these Hellions, obviously. As we'll see, the tank is still around also. And, well, now another Roach coming out. And Medevac does go down in the main base, losing some healing on these Marines. But Polt is still defending this. I mean, the Queens are going to start going down themselves now. We see this tank is still alive. Tank has 30 kills, by the way. As we'll see, this knight is fallen, and Polt behind all of this is now at 22 workers to 36. And, yeah, I mean, Polt's kind of 11 workers behind, but with triple mule. And we're going to see, I mean, the thing is, Bly's just continued to make units and throw units at Polt. But Polt's continued to defend. This one tank with 30 kills is insane. I mean, you can see the Italian's going to move out forward. He's going to kill for changing to begin with. This knight's going to finish up just outside the third base. Polt will probably just pull away from the third base because he doesn't need to mine from it necessarily right now. Being able to produce is nice, but he doesn't have to necessarily go mine just yet, as we see. Another knights in towards the main. The problem for Polt, I really kind of guess, is that as Bly sort of pulls everything together here, Polt has Polt kind of only has one siege tank still, you know? With only one siege tank, things will be very interesting. We're going to see these Queens starting to go down over here, so that's not a good trade from Bly once again. As the Knights goes down, he's going to rebuild it in the main base once more. Another changeling in position. We're going to see this Overseer just getting away alive. Oh, he's going to try and drop over here. Nice little attempt to try and kill that, but Bly finds the sweet spot. He needs to get back in position with these medevacs and these units. There's another Nidus in the main base, but there is also these Roaches running up the ramp right now. A few Marines will begin to unload. This tank will have to load and pull back. We're going to see the Nidus in the main not really being used just yet. We see that tank being lifted. Roaches being hit by Widow Mines and all sorts. And SCVs are starting to fall once more. Bly is starting to drone up behind this as well, as he kills off a few more workers here, but these Roaches will go down once more. And a few Roaches coming out in the main base too. Polt's still trying to deal with everything in different locations at the same time. His multitasking has been insane while trying to continue defending against this. You're going to see this tank unload, not close enough to the Roaches just yet, but they will start to walk into it. And we will see the tank continue to defend this. We see Roaches back in towards the natural. Polt still just... well, this time I think Polt actually might have taken too much damage, because now he's lost another 15 workers. Bly's been droning in as well. And that's making all the difference here. Bly is now 51 workers to the 19. We're going to see that Roach going down. More Roaches popping out over towards the main base. And the tank, the hero tank, needs to be so careful here. It's still the only tank of the game. 39 kills now. As Bly has also invested into burrows, so now no more mules. He has to use them for scans. It's very, very painful. And that is the bottom right-hand side of the base now as well. It just never ends. It just never, ever ends, as we're going to be seeing. This, a few more Roaches coming forward towards the front. Widow Mines will help out a lot against this, the tank. Oh, it's have to be so careful here. The Roaches to go down in that natural. Polt still has an army supply lead, so if he keeps trading like this, there is a possibility that he finds himself counterattacking and maybe winning. Like, it's very, very unlikely, but it's still possible. Oh, the tank is still alive! Oh, I thought it gone down, but it's still alive! Polt too good, man. Too good, but maybe just too far behind. I mean, the fact he's held on for so long in this sort of situation is insane to begin with, but he is starting to really fall apart now. 13, 12 workers left. Again, it might just be time for him with 1-1 upgrades to just get across the map and just try to get something else done. He cleans up all the Roaches over here. There's another Overseer to the left-hand side. He's cleaned up the Roaches. If he just goes and attacks now, it's his best chance, I think. But I think there's just going to be too many units from from Bly, realistically. I see all those units loading up into medevacs. Leaves the tank back at home. So he's just going to go for this. We're going to see, oh, the tank's going to go down. 40 kills and more. And it's finally going to fall. We'll just see a few more roaches. Just keep popping out of this Nidus, that's the problem. Polt never found that Nidus, so that one was actually able to go up quite easily, as we see. And, you know, it's been very useful kind of getting roaches towards the front here, as we see a couple of Widow Mines looking to see where they can get to. 49 drones to the 17 SCVs. Bly does have an upgrade disadvantage, which is something maybe Polt can use. He finds this Nidus towards the front now. He's also dealing with the Nidus in the main. Good play. Again, though, has to drop a scan to clean up another couple of roaches. That's the last thing he wants to be doing. Because, you know, you think 49 to 17 workers, you're like, well, okay, he's got mules, but if he has to save scans to drop mules, and if he has to not drop mules to save for scans, obviously that's not ideal. Still upgraded advantage, though, maybe with some drop-based play. Polt can perhaps begin to pull his opponent apart here. We're going to see some Marines just loading up into those medevacs, and, well, again, another Nidus. This is the problem, it just keeps on happening. Bly just keeps on getting too much vision across this map for Polt to really be able to deal with. A single Viking might help out quite a lot. We see the third base lifting, as Polt will need that new base as he begins to mine out of other bases around. And we see another Nidus down on the low ground now, something Polt will also see if he's watching his minimap. So again, he's shutting this down, and he's going to stem forward. He's going to kill the Overseer here. The changes, though, are going to get through. He shuts down 1, 2, not quite 3 of them just yet. And he's going to start on the load, and this Nidus will fall. Stimming up towards the fourth base. Fourth base will go down for Polt. For Bly, sorry. There's nothing in position for him to defend this. As, ooh, Roach is going to pop out of this Nidus. I mean, Polt's just going to start fighting this with the 1-1 upgrade lead. And we'll start to do a pretty decent job as we see the scan coming down to help clean up a few of them as they try to run forwards. There is a turret in the natural where a lot of these roaches are currently about to unburrow from. As Polt lifts up, gets out of there with a fair few units. Ooh, one of the medevacs getting very low. Fourth base has fallen, though. Polt's still making something happen right now as third base continues to take a bit more damage. Roaches are splitting up between the main base and the natural as we see SCVs have to be cautious. Polt still trails 20 to 46 workers. He unloads over here. Roaches find this army very quickly and Polt will just have to lift and get out of there. It's not going to work out for him just yet. Another Nidus in the main base thanks to this Roach given vision. He shuts that Roach down just in time, but it's another scan and Polt is not yet lifting that base. Now he does. He's just going to be seeing another couple of Roaches getting healed off before they can burrow this time, which is nice. There's one more Roach left over here. Finally, I think Polt is getting rid of, apart from this one Roach, he's gotten rid of the majority of vision around the map for his opponent, which is kind of important, but another Nidus on the way up. I guess there's not units in it just yet, or many units in it just yet. I guess let's see when it pops. There's quite a few Roaches. Dogs the Nidus down, so only a few Roaches get out actually, and again it creates a nice trade for Polt because he's going to fight with kind of more army against less army, so it's going to be okay. Scanning, he'll catch another couple of these Roaches trying to get away once again. And another Nidus, but I think after this, surely, if he doesn't let another Roach get out here, I think after this he actually genuinely does not have any vision on this side of the map any longer. So finally, after about 10 minutes, Polt is going to defend the Nidus play. Alright, so Polt here is traded way more effectively, but of course has been way down on worker count. His upgrade lead is starting to dissipate a little bit, but he does have +2 started. He's coming in with a drop to the top side trying to do something as well. Bly needs to kind of keep this fourth base up because his main and natural will be kind of mining out shortly. You'll see a nice little lift on leave. Nice transfuse as well from Bly to keep that queen alive. And you'll see a few more units just jumping into those medevacs and heading out onto the map. So these 3 medevacs just moving out onto the map once again. I'm just going to be seeing a few Marines loading in. Well, I mean, there's still a possibility here that Polt with a good fight, if, you know, Bly is completely out of position or something, he could get something done, so let's see if that's going to be the case. I mean, he'll take a good fight to the 4th base, but how does he defend this Roach Ravager army coming through the bottom side? Maybe with a little bit of Polt magic, maybe turns this into a base trade, forces a draw. You never know, man. You never know. We're going to see these units stemming forwards, and, well, we're going to see immediately this 4th base is going to be in trouble. Bly pulls back. Well, actually, I think that's one of the worst things he could do here, because I think pulling back doesn't give him anything, whereas at least going across the map will trade out and get some damage done for himself. This hatchery goes down. I mean, this is exactly what Polt needs to do. We're going to see another Nidus to the top side as Roaches pop up to harass over here. Reinforcements of Polt very quick to respond, though. Clean up those Roaches very swiftly as he continues to fight on this side of the map. Time for him to pull back away from those battles, though. We'll stem and fight again. I think he needs to get away from this, though. I think too many units here from our from our Zerg player. Polt's playing this back, man. His army supply is now only 14 behind. He's going to have 2-2 over just +1. Actually, +1 carapace on the way. So 2-2 against 1-1 still. He's going to see 2 empty medevacs heading back home as his drop is still up to the top side. He sees a few units there. Pulls them away. Bly doesn't recognize that. And it's a bit of a mistake by him, meaning that his 4th base is going to get cancelled at least here once more. So Bly going to actually lose this no cancel, which is big. We're going to see this Burrowed Roach going to pop the Nidus over on this side. Single Infestor is out. If Polt sees this coming up the ramp, then maybe he can play away. Oh! He dodges the majority of the fungal anyways. Especially with the medevacs, which is probably the most important part of this. As Polt kills off the 3rd base. No, he doesn't! He misses it! He messes up! He unloads, he tries to target the base down. It's 1 hit away from health. Few roaches come in towards the 3rd once again. Turret is already here though, so he can fight against these very easily. Polt is going to be kicking himself for not killing that base, because that is the only mining base right now of Bly. Because Bly has just been mining from these extra bases for so much longer. He can cancel the 4th again. Right now, the economy lead actually is going to go to Polt, because Bly has so many workers that can't actually mine because he's got no mineral patches. He's only got 1 mineral patch here. Or 1 base with mineral patches left on it. As we're going to see, Polt is going to spot that Nidus network now. He'll be able to kill that off. I actually think Polt wins this game. With 2-2 upgrades, with the fact that his opponent is not currently mining properly, I think he wins this. Now, there is some Infestors, but there's Liberators on the way up as well. We're going to see the Nidus going down. We're going to see these Roaches coming down to the bottom side from Bly as well. They also want to try and get in here, get something done. A couple more Roaches over here will be scanned to be cleaned up. I mean, Polt, every time he kills a Roach or a few Roaches like this, he takes a little bit of a better lead. You see the Roaches popping up in the natural now. Polt is very quick to stim over there to respond. At the same time, he's back over towards the top left side for the 4th base. Is once again unresponded to by Bly. It's almost as though he doesn't like that base. Gets cancelled once more. And Bly is just not mining right here. And that is a major issue for him. He is really, you can see in the bottom right still, Polt still just leads slightly in the income. And that makes a big difference. Now, Polt has already started a 4th CC as well. So he's going to have a 4th base soon. It is actually stopped building right now because of the Roaches which were counter-attacking. Does anyone believe what we're seeing? Like, you know, right from the start, I just said, I think Polt can still do this. And then I started to stop believing, but is Polt one of these players who really can take these crazy, ridiculous games and actually make something of them, as we're going to be seeing these units just unloading. Nice little burrow on the units here. Whoa, I don't like this fight at all from Polt. He's going to lose his Liberators. Fun with growth as well. Yeah, Polt needs to back away from that one. As we see those units down to the bottom side. Bly doesn't have anything. Okay, he has a few Ravagers and an Infestor. He has to be very careful with these, against these sort of things. That's a fungal growth on the Medivacs. That's the sort of trade Bly needs to start cleaning this sort of stuff up. Another Medivac, another fungal, sorry. 1 Medivac with 5 Marines will escape from this, but that's about it. Still 2-2 upgrades against 1-1. It's about to be 3-3 against 1-1 if Polt can just defend a little while longer. He's still just playing mass bio against this Roach Ravager though. And Bly is about to start mining from his 4th base, which is going to be a huge difference for him as well. So this is still very tough. Upgrade lead or not, Bly has definitely got himself now. Well, Polt has an opportunity to kind of... Well, Bly does have an opportunity to maybe end this, just because Polt has lost a few units around the map here or there ineffectively. And, you know, everything had to kind of go right here for Polt, really. Bly's not going to attack though. He's a little bit afraid himself and has given Polt the time to get into 3-3. Fungal growth will be not necessarily dodge, but won't hit that much. Nice dodge there. Polt continues to split away and miss, force Bly to miss those fungal growths which are landing. I can't believe Polt's about to be on 3-3 upgrades. It's going to be insanely good against just the 1-1 of his opponent. Why is Polt not making any units though? His production currently is unused. He needs to kind of keep that going for himself. And that's the sort of way you do start to kind of lose this game, by not producing for a while. Bly, 46 workers, does have bases to kind of use with that now. We've got Polt moving into a 4th base as well, though. I just can't believe the upgrades. 3-2 and soon to be 3-3 against the 1-1. I can't say that enough, because it really will change so much here. And I don't think Polt should be attacking until he has 3-3. He's also got a drop in towards the main, so he's got nothing to kind of rush around for, you know. He's got damage coming onto the map. It's going to distract his opponent. And he's pulling back in towards the 4th. Well, is he going to get himself a little bit trapped here? Maybe. Because a lot of his reinforcements are down south, but there's that stim in. Hive's going to go down, so that's not going to be a Hive in the game for a very long time. So it's another advantage now which Polt will have. The fact that his opponent's just not going to have access to kind of later game tech for a long time. That's, you know, build time of a lair and then the Hive, instead of just the Hive being halfway done. So big difference once again. Polt buying himself extra minutes in this game. And now he has them upgrades. Alright, well, what do you even say at this sort of point in the game? I mean, Polt is 24 army supply down, but 2 sets of upgrades ahead. Needs to make sure that if he takes a fight, he brings as much together at the same time as possible. If he fights with a planetary fortress, that could be very useful as well, obviously. He needs to get split up, needs to make sure he's going to be able to dodge those fungals. Ravager meets the wrath of a planetary fortress just there. We'll have to see Polt. I mean, I guess that Bly is obviously dropping to the top side of the map, right? Playing the top side of the map himself, but trying to sneak a drop around the top side could deny these bases once more. That could be very effective, as we see. Units coming forward. Oh, that's a fungal we needed from Bly's point of view, but there's not going to be a follow-up fungal, and do you see the infestor going down? So Bly will continue to lose units over here. Polt is going to make this one his victory as he cleans up all of those Ravagers. So good little trade for him there. The Spine Coil coming down the low ground. This Evo Chamber will go down. Doesn't matter because Bly isn't actually bothering to play with any upgrades anyways. You're going to see another triple drop to the bottom side. Polt maybe with a double drop to the top side too at the same time could be very effective. I'm just going to be seeing sort of well, Polt continuing to kind of trade against this. Again, for a while ago it was Bly, he was kind of not mining much at all. We saw Polt at like a 2,000 resource income for minerals against like a 1,000. Despite the worker deficit, just because Bly didn't have bases to mine from. That's very different now as Polt needs to be careful of this fight. Fungal growths can be so scary. I'm scared every single time Polt begins to take a fight like this because I just don't feel as though... I just don't look at this army from Polt and think, oh yeah, he's got no he's going to take this no problem. We're going to see a big drop in towards the, well, in towards the natural, though. You can kill that Nidus. I'd kill that Nidus. The amount of trouble it's caused me this game. Get a little bit of revenge. Look at this. We see a big pullback from Bly. We're going to see the Hive once again as it starts to build, gets taken down. And this is going to be an infestation pick going down as well. That's also costly to rebuild. We're going to be seeing a little bit of a fight over here. A couple of medevacs get taken down by Biles. Sorry, we missed a little bit of that as we see this drop. Going to get away with the majority of the units there as well. So really effective trades by Polt. And he is just going to be sat over here. He's going to see those 3 Roaches Ravagers. Maybe he might want to try and move forward to take that fight. I mean, he's got the upgrade lead. If there's no infestors here, there's nothing to be afraid of. But he doesn't necessarily know that. It is Bly who holds this watchtower. We see now another base being taken as a Bly. Just as he continues to mine out from the 3rd base. The 4th base will be gone soon and oversaturated. He can get his base, the rest of his base is mining again. You've seen, oh, that's a lot of medevacs at the front and risk of a fungal. In fact, they're just sitting corrosive bowels and go down very quickly anyways. Polt still fighting over to this side. There's actually no infestors with this army anymore. So they got picked off at some point during the previous trades. As we see a few Roaches left over here, but Roaches on their own, not the best against this Marine Marauder force. Not with the lack of upgrades as well, remember. There's going to be a scan 2 forced out of Bly. And Polt is, well, Bly's going to force a scan out of Polt, sorry. You're going to see now the Rotron maybe going to go down. So you're going to lose the Rotron. That's more production that Bly's going to lose out on. And Polt is still sort of playing with such a dicey game. Like, this could go any which way still. One fight and it is, Bly's game to kind of win still. Anyone can take this at this point, but we see kind of Polt moving up to this top side, and that's going to be a new base going down from Bly. And as he loses some drones as well, the worker count will even up. Bly will be losing this base, and obviously that's not great for him. Scan, he sees where that army is. He sees there's no one infestor with energy, so he knows he's got time to lift up, back away. This army back over here once more, going to push forwards, but Roaches Ravagers this time will come in and grid it. A few Roaches go down very quickly at the start. I mean, it's just the upgrades though. Again, the upgrades are doing so much, and Bly will just continue to lose units once more. Polt continues to fight this. He's used to the top side though. Huge fungal. The one fungal available comes in. Polt will minimize the damage. And for the first time in a very long time, Polt has taken a supply lead in this game. As we see these drops still doing damage, Polt is moved main base orbital to the left-hand side now as well. His economy continues to look very nice, as Bly actually only has 3 hatcheries left in the game. None of them are there. He doesn't have... Okay, he's rebuilt the Rotron, he's rebuilding an infestation pit. He's finally going into 2-2 upgrades, maybe realizing after about 5, 6, 7 minutes here that the upgrades may very well be one of the reasons Polt is able to trade so well throughout. I was just going to be seeing the Bioforce collecting together once more. Polt going towards the top side. This time now Polt does hold the watchtower himself, so he sees the armies coming. 8 infestors being made by Bly. That's going to be his way to try and take fights to come back into this game. Another set of units to the bottom side, joining up with those medevacs from previously. As we see the Marines and Marauders just coming forwards, cleaning up some of the creep spread, getting rid of some of the map control here of his opponent. And we're seeing Polt just looking to take a trade perhaps with these Ravagers. Don't know where this army to the bottom side is going to end up going. We see Polt actually position himself to the high ground now, so he's able to deny the mining over here. You'll see there's now infestors back up, but they don't have pathogen glands, so no fungal growths available just yet. I was just going to be seeing this group of units to the bottom side from Polt. Just going to be stimming forwards, then backing away for whatever reason. Doesn't want to use it just yet. What I find most impressive is that Polt has only played bio with this. You know, he hasn't at any point gone into tank production. He hasn't gone into any point, you know, he's not gone into tank production. He's not gone into anything other than just bio. Now he adds on a Ghost Academy because he maybe fears the fact that there may very well be a hive on the way. Ultralisk switch may very well be on the way up because, well, this infestation beat's been done a while. He could have had a hive started. He could have an Ultra Cavern building right now, but you know, Polt doesn't know that, so that's some good preemption from Polt just to make sure he is going to be prepared against anything that could come his way. A few roaches still sat to the upper right hand side here as these Ravagers and Festers, they're going to join themselves up together once more. And there's going to be seeing the Marines, Marauders and the Medivacs out of Polt, currently just joining up together and just sort of bringing everything in to kind of get ready to go across the map again. 2 upgrades out of Bly. Going to be finishing up, so finally getting something done. Here's a few SCVs going down. Those burrowed roaches harassing earlier in the game. Back at it. And we're going to see all of them getting cleaned up, though, thanks to the turret. No scan having to be dropped this time around. Over to this side as well. Another couple of roaches going down. Turret building here as well. One roach does manage to get away. We still see some units just sat to the bottom side from Polt. And you see more Marine Marauder Medevac joining up, and some ghosts coming into play now as well. Even a couple of EMPs onto the Infestors could change so much in one of these fights, so that's something we could potentially see as well. Polt, for the first time in a long time, going to join up his entire army together rather than having a huge drop-in force out on the map. We're just going to be seeing the few units just stimming forwards, and again just cleaning up a little bit more creep, and well, just slowly going to want to bait a few fungals out. That's 2 fungals for a few units. Actually get some Infestor kills as well. So just getting rid of their Infestors forever, and well, Ghosts mixed into this army now too. Polt is beginning to push forwards, and this could very well be the last push of this game because you look at this and there really isn't that much left. You see the Ghosts going forwards, trying to hit an EMP, hit some Ravagers, not the best of EMPs at all. Still a lot of fungal growths available, so you can see Polt with his main army kind of behind, a few units left at the front to bait those fungals out. He's spreading once again, he's taking the fight. It is 3-3 against 2-2 this time. The upgrades more even than they've been for a very long time. Nice set of Corrosive Bars alongside those fungals as we see Polt collapsing on the army. And well, Polt will actually have to be the one begin to pull back just a little bit here. Hive about to finish. As we see these roaches coming towards the front. Lots of Marauders, so these roaches shouldn't last long at all. Reinforcements too. Problem is when these Infestors run out of fungals, there's only really kind of, well, they're going to go down because he's going to run out of a Roach Ravager when there's no fungals left to back this up either. Polt still with his 2 Ghosts alive, ready to hit an EMP if he finds the opportunity. More Marine Marauders still backing up here, and Polt taking yet another base out on the map. Units spreading here, and we're seeing big fungal growth. That's the sort of fights that Bly does need still if he's going to come back in this. But there's the EMPs coming down. A lot of the Infestors lose their energy, and all of a sudden that's what we're mentioning. That's what we're talking about, because now Polt just pushes on forwards. And he's just going to keep on cleaning this up. More drones going down. Queen burrowing to the top side. I mean, drones might want to burrow here. These Infestors just don't have any energy. There's no fungal available, so it's just the Roaches and Ravagers. This is a lot of dead supply from Bly, which just isn't going to be useful until the energy comes back. When the energy's back, yeah, they're going to be useful again, but he needs that energy now. He needs these Infestors to do something now because Polt is pushing forwards. Another base of Bly has gone. The Hive is up, but it's not going to bring anything in this game. We're going to see 1 fungal growth coming down. I just don't think there's a follow-up to kind of really clean up after that fungal growth. And as units continue trading against these roaches, you're going to see the Medevacs just pulling away once again. We're going to be seeing a few more units just gathering in towards the center of the map. 99 supply to 90. This Army's supply is actually crazy close, 62 to 54. Both players still have healthy bases to some extent. Bly has this base up here and this base to the left to some, to some extent. He's going to start losing that now though, so if Polt kills this, it might just be time for him to back away for a while because now Bly is not mining from any bases and Polt is. And that definitely can make the difference, so he can just maybe take a moment or two to regather himself, kill off these couple of roaches which are coming across the map to try and do some harassment, and just continue to set up against this. As we're going to be seeing those roaches starting to chase down a few of these SCVs. Marines and Marauders stimming on in, going to find themselves a roach kill. There's a roach heading to the corner. Does Polt realize that? Kills off the roach to the top side as well. Looks as though Polt is very aware that this is here. Actually, he just dropped a couple of mules. He stood right on top of it as though he knows it's there, but maybe it's just the location he clicked in initially. As we see some more roaches somehow coming up over here despite the army being so nearby. We're not going to see, in fact, that one roach will survive. So Polt's still losing workers around the map. And Blige is buying himself time to try and set up another base here once again. You see these Marines and Marauders. Again, just splitting up. And again, it is Polt. He's just taking a couple of moments to kind of give himself a chance to kind of, again, just regroup a little bit. Scan maybe picks off one more roach. More roach harassment coming across the map here from Blige. Again, this harassment throughout the game, from the very start through to the very end, is one of the things which does keep Blige somewhat in it, keeps Polt somewhat distracted. As it continues to pick off multiple SCVs, and Polt is going to drop down below in the work count of his opponent here. Polt is continuing to build orbitals instead of planetaries as well, and that's something to keep in mind, the fact that he's feeling confident enough to build orbitals. You know, this could be a lot easier if he had a planetary on each of the bases, then the roaches aren't going to, you know, they'll still find some positions, but it's not going to be as frustrating. I was just going to be seeing these units from Polt continue to come across the map. I'm just going to be seeing these bio units getting ready to go. Once again, we're going to see fungal growth going down. We're going to see the Marines and Marauders steering forwards here. Some fungals and biles dropping, but not well enough. These Infestors out of energy once more, so that base once again falls, and you can just see Blige's income is really struggling now. Half the income of his opponent has been like this for a lot of the game. What's the resources lost at? Like 52k to the 32k. And that's a lot of the efficiency of Polt from early in the game just shining through. Remember, at one point in this game, Polt was at 17 workers against 51. Polt had a 42 kill siege tank to help him defend this continued roach aggression and Nidus aggression at the very, very start. And he played this out beautifully. I mean, he really did, like, from the defense at the start, you know, after the initial defense, the follow-up defense, into kind of how he's played it out. After that, the drops, the movement around the map, the army he's created for himself, the upgrade advantage he got. Well, that's one way to lose a lot of it, though, as he hits a couple of good fungal bile combos. Blige going to lose yet another base, though. Now he is going to be on 0 income, more or less, because he has no minerals left on remaining hatcheries. His drones are going down as they just run on in here. And this is just going to be Blige typing out the GG. 35 minutes is what it takes, but Polt takes game number 2 on New Gettysburg.